What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Horseshoe. My name is Matt, and today I'm going to be talking about Colts players I believe will have a breakout season this upcoming season. Now, before I get into it, if you're new, please click the subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it when you do that. We just recently crossed 200 subscribers. Thank you so much for doing so. It means a lot that you guys click subscribe, and I hope if you enjoy this video, you do the same if you haven't already. Also, click the bell icon so you're notified when a video goes up as well as when we go live. If you like this video, smack that like button and let me know in the comments below on who you think is going to have a breakout season. So, I think some of these guys you'll agree with, and there's one in particular I don't think you're going to agree with, but I'll explain why in a minute. So, the first player I want to talk about who I believe is going to have a breakout season this year, and he had a pretty good season last year, it's Michael Pittman. Michael Pittman is a guy who I think is going to have a huge year. You know, last year in his rookie year, he had over 500 yards in 13 games. To me, that's pretty good, especially for a rookie receiver. He had similar numbers, if not a little better numbers, than Reggie Wayne and Marvin Harrison did in their rookie years. Now, I'm not saying Michael Pittman will become Marvin Harrison or Reggie Wayne. What I'm saying is those guys didn't have like incredible numbers their rookie year. However, their second year, they took that big leap. To me, I think Michael Pittman will take the big leap. I don't think he's as good as those guys, but I do think he'll take the leap needed to have a breakout season. He had great games last season too. I mean, I think of the Tennessee Titans game. I think of the Buffalo Bills playoff game, the Packers game. He also had a big game in. So, you know, I think of games like that, and it tells me, you know, I think he has the potential to do really good things. And I think he's going to be used a lot by Carson Wentz this year. I think he is somebody that Carson Wentz is going to have a lot of fun with, just with his height and everything. And I think he's going to do really, really well. So for me, I have Michael Pittman. He's a guy I truly believe is going to break out. Now, having Phillip Rivers last year, I do believe helps Michael Pittman and the other young receivers we have develop into becoming really good receivers because it helps to play with Hall of Fame quarterback, you know. And Phillip Rivers is extremely well respected in NFL. So playing with him, I think, helps a lot. Plus, I think having T.Y. Hilton, just like T.Y. had Reggie and Reggie had Marvin beforehand, I think is going to be a huge thing, not just for Michael Pittman, but for the other guys. So to me, just with the circumstances and who he has to teach him and just the talent Michael Pittman has, I believe Michael Pittman will take the next step necessary, and he will have a really good season. The second guy I want to talk about is another wide receiver, and it's Paris Campbell. Paris Campbell, extremely unlucky these first two seasons of his, and now he knows, and the team knows, Paris Campbell has to have a big year. If he's going to stay, he has to maybe not have a big year, but he has to have a really good year, because if he's going to continue to get hurt, they're going to get rid of him. So if he can stay healthy, have a good year or a really good year, I think, you know, obviously they're going to want to keep Paris Campbell. What Paris Campbell offers, unlike a lot of the guys that are on this roster right now, is his explosiveness and just the way he can move when he has the ball in his hands. It is very difficult to stop a receiver like him. I believe if he stays healthy, Paris Campbell is going to have a monster year because he has the speed you want. He has the footwork you want. He has the potential to maybe becoming the number one receiver. Now, I think that's Michael Pittman's, but having a guy like Paris Campbell playing with Michael Pittman, especially if they play up to what I believe they will, is going to be dominant. Think of, and I'm not going to say these guys are exactly like these two, but think of a AB and Juju Smith-Schuster, you know, from a few years ago when AB was still in Pittsburgh. Think of that type of, you know, group of receiving, right? Your number one receiver and your number two. Think of something like that. I think they can have something similar to that. Obviously, I think both are better characteristically than AB when it comes to just teamwork and whatnot, because I think AB, even though he's extremely talented and he's probably a great dude, you know, to hang out with, even though he does have some problems off the field, he has had some issues with him not being the number one guy. He has to be the number one guy every single game. And to me, Michael Pittman, Paris Campbell doesn't, you know, show that to me. What I see with Paris Campbell and Michael Pittman is the fact that they're willing to be, you know, the number two guy, the number three guy, and the number four guy, whatever it takes to win. That's what they've shown me. You know, maybe things change, but right now, that's what I see, and it's a characteristic, and that's why I think it's going to work better in Indianapolis than AB and Juju did in Pittsburgh. And I think obviously it's going to last longer. Like I said, Paris has the speed, has the footwork. We saw what he did last year. He did really, really good for the first game he was in. Philip Rivers really liked him a lot. And I also think Carson Wentz is going to like him a lot because it's going to give that separation that Carson Wentz is going to need his receivers to be able to produce. So Carson Wentz can perform at a high level at all times. So Paris Campbell, I think, is going to have a big year. This is going to be his breakout season, and like I said, when it comes to breakout, it's not just the whole, well, this guy has talent. No, it's like he's coming onto the scene and it's like, look, I'm dominant. And I think Paris Campbell and Michael Pittman can both do it. Now, the next guy I want to get into is a rookie. And, I want to throw him in there because, rookies can have breakout seasons. We saw with Jonathan Taylor, we saw with Justin Jefferson, just to name a couple guys last year. But the guy I'm going to throw out there is Kylan Granson. A lot of Colts Nation loves Kylan Granson. I love Kylan Granson. I think Kylan Granson offers you a lot. He's athletic. He's definitely the most athletic tight end on the roster right now. He can make big catches. He has good speed. I don't see an issue with him when it comes to catching the ball. I know there are people saying, well, he has catching issues. I don't think that's going to be the case this year. And he's a pretty decent blocker too. And I think that's going to show this season. Carson Wentz, I think, is going to have a lot of fun with the tight ends we have. Jack Doyle, I think, is going to have a big year this season for compared to the previous season. I think Mo Alley Cox is going to have big games when he's used. And to me, I think Kylan Granson is going to be used a lot more than what we're expecting him to be used because Frank Reich, he loves the tight ends. If you can use the 3 tight ends and they can all produce at a high level, Frank Reich is going to love it. There's a reason why he was so big on Kylan Granson, and I believe it's simply because Kylan Granson offers you something that the other tight ends just don't offer you. And I think he's going to have a really big year. And I don't think he's going to have like 1,500 yards or whatever, but I do think he can get you 800 yards to 1,000 yards if used a lot. And when I say a lot, it's just what we saw with, the tight ends we had last year. Like, we used them quite a bit. So to me, I think, Carson Wentz is going to love it because he does also love his tight ends. I mean, we look at Zach Ertz and Drew Goddard, right? Is that his name? But we look at those 2 tight ends they had in Philly that were really good. I think it's going to replicate to the Colts team. And I think Kylan Granson is somebody we need to watch out for and could surprise a lot of people with the numbers he puts out this season. I mean, let's compare it to the other side of the field with, Julian Blackman, right? Julian Blackman wasn't expected to do a whole lot because he did have that bad injury, but he came in and did really good. He slowed down towards the end of the year, but he did really good. I remember there were people saying he should be in the defensive rookie of the year conversation because of how good he was. Obviously, he wasn't going to win it, but still, he performed at a high enough level to do that. Did he, drop down a little bit? Yeah, he slowed down, but still, if I'm looking at it kind of in that sense where we didn't expect Julian Blackman to do what he did, I think Kylan Granson is going to be similar, and we think he's going to be good, but I think he's going to be really good, and I think he's going to surprise a lot of people. So that's why I threw him in there. And I do want to get into the controversial guy I have in here, but let me explain. Rocky Sin. So to me, I'm going to throw Rocky Sin in here. I think he's going to have a big year. This is going to be that breakout season. To me, he offers you a lot of what you want to have in your corners. He has the big hit. Like, he will get you down. Once he has you, you're pretty much going down. He has shown that he has the potential to make big plays when it comes to, one-on-one coverages, right? When it comes to making sure the ball doesn't connect with the receiver, he has made some big plays. Now, granted, he has allowed the most receptions out of any of the tight ends on this team. It's not like an instant boom, you're good to go with these corners. Sometimes with corners, it takes them a few years to develop. And then once you get to year 3, that's when you start to really see it with some of these guys. So I think that's similar to what Rocky Sin's going to do. He wasn't like this, only football type of guy for his entire like football playing career. He played wrestling. He was a wrestler. So I mean, I think he's going to have some time to develop. And I think those first 2 years were that time. Now, if Rocky Sin doesn't perform well, his job is at risk. I think Rocky Sin realizes, I got to play well, or else I'm not going to be brought back next year. I'm going to be cut. I'm going to be gone. When my contract ends, I should say, I'm going to be gone. I think Rock Ya-Sin realizes that. So to me, when it comes to Rock, he knows it. He's shown he can be really, really good. He has a problem with holding. That's a big issue with him. He knows this. I think he's going to work on it. I think he's going to fix it. Is he going to be the number one corner in the NFL? No. But I do think he's going to have a breakout year in the sense of he's going to play really well. He's going to do good things. He's going to make less mistakes than he has yet. He's going to make few mistakes. He's going to be much better when it comes to coverage. And, look, he's not going to be guarding the number one receiver on a team. It's going to be at least number two at the absolute highest. But I could see him guarding like a number three. I could see the Colts with this defensive formation going, okay, obviously we're going to have Rhodes go and cover the number one receiving option for this team. And then number two, I could see being covered by Kenny Moore, depending on, the offensive formations that the defense is forming. And then, sticking Rock at number three, because Rock needs to prove himself. And I think he's going to prove himself this season. I know a lot of people are like, we need to cut Rock. We need to trade Rock. Cut the kid some slack. I think he's going to surprise you guys. I honestly see him performing very well this year. Not fantastic, but he's going to have a breakout season in the sense of he's going to come onto the scene and he's going to surprise a lot of you. So there we go. Thank you all for watching once again. I know not a lot of people have that trust in Rock Ya-Sin. I have the trust in him. But let me know down below. Do you have trust in Rock Ya-Sin to dominate or at least play well? Let me know down below. Also, let me know who you think is going to have a breakout year and if you agree with me or not. And again, thank you for watching. If you're new, click the subscribe button. It would help a lot if you did so. Thank you once again for helping me cross 200 subscribers. You guys are amazing. Thank you for tuning in each and every single time a video goes up. And if you want to know as soon as a video goes up as well as when we go live, click the bell icon. That way you're notified when all that stuff happens. And if you like the video, smack the like button. So thank you very much for watching. I've been Matt, Bleed Blue, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.